All right, folks, welcome. This is Everyone Loves Pirates, and we're playing RimWorld. Finally, it's been requested I play this game, and I really just wanted to wait till it was feature complete before I got into it. Dwarf Fortress is kind of enough for me when it comes to perpetually unfinished games, though it is my favorite game. But we've kind of started. I've set up a little bit of stuff here because I have an idea for this playthrough that I want to do. And really, this is my first time playing the game. I played the tutorial, played a little further along past the tutorial point in that save, but I haven't really played a full game yet. So when I did, I kind of thought, well, what do I want to see? And I've watched a couple people play, a couple series, and one of the things I've been interested in that I haven't really seen anybody really go into its full capabilities. I'm sure plenty of people have, just from what my experience, is really responding to a lot of the kind of, I don't know what you call them, events, side mission kind of stuff that the game throws at you. It's a lot of maybe unnecessary stuff. Like it's usually, oh, well, this doesn't really work with what I'm trying to do right now. I don't have this. I don't want to do that. It's too dangerous, whatever. And I don't know. It's like, no, let's work with the world here. I'm all for making your own narrative specifically and kind of grooming the gameplay to fit into your narrative. But at the same time, I love emergent narrative where you just react to what's going around you and kind of putting yourself under unnecessary restraints. Like you choose a set of restraints that you're going to work under. So that's the thought for this playthrough is what constraint did I want to put myself under as I played to kind of give a little bit of difficulty that's not necessarily present in the way the game's structured, but also allows for a lot of emergent narrative. And what I'm going to start with, and perhaps some of you may be able to guess where this may go in future series, but we're going to be the good. What does that mean? Well, we're going to have characters that just really have this inherent kind of goodness to them. Their backstory kind of supports this idea that whenever given an opportunity, they're going to pick what would be kind of quote unquote the good option, morally good idea of how to react in a situation. And to just put a little finer point on that, that means we will only kill to protect ourselves or perhaps protect others. We will say yes to any request for help where someone's life is endangered. We will do our best to say yes to any kind of help that would just help somebody. If there's any possibility we can do it, then we're going to try to do it. And kind of so on and so forth. Obviously, I'm going to have to think on my feet a little bit here. But when it comes to especially saving others' lives, we will put our colonists' lives at danger to do so. Even if it seems like a suicide mission, if someone needs help and they're going to die, we are going to try to save them. So I spent a bunch of time ahead of starting this episode just hitting randomizer. There's probably a better way to do this on each of the characters until I got people with kind of this backstory that would fit. And not really knowing the game all that well, I'm not sure. I think there's a possibility that the people left behind may show up later. So I kind of like that. But what I ended up choosing out of these 8, I believe, is we have a marshal. And in adulthood, he was the marshal of his colony. He tried to honorably uphold law, but a local corrupt mayor killed his family, left him for dead. After regaining his health, Nate arrested the mayor. He left his homeworld and started a new life working to make a difference in the universe. See where we're going with this? We also have Luna, who started as her childhood as a slave, but eventually, on his 21st birthday, Luna experienced a religious awakening, decided to spend the rest of his life spreading the word of his deity, the beauty of its culture, and unusual medical tradition. And Anna here was a blessed child, born under auspicious circumstances to a mid-world spiritual group and held in reverence throughout her childhood. She learned to take care of the poor and give succor to the faithful from an early age. But as an adult, she studied to become a doctor, was dissatisfied with her practice on an otherwise peaceful midworld. Instead, she chose to pull up roots and travel to the RimWorld in order to care for people who needed her most. So my kind of thought for this, background-wise, is Anna came across Luna on his colony and spread her blessed childness to him, kind of gave him a little bit of a education in its ways. He became an evangelist for the cause, and they decided to travel together. At some point, met up with Nate, the frontier marshal, going across the universe to do good, and that thus began their travels. And obviously, it probably went on for a while until some horrible thing happened and they crashed into a RimWorld. We also have some interesting things. You run into a lot of interesting things when you just randomize for literally like 15 minutes to try to get different options. I really like this addiction counsel one. He recovered from a joy wire addiction, adopted a non-violent life, and vowed to help others. He travels between communities, helping others struggling with their own addictions. I really like that one. I kind of chose these three kind of the way the stories seem like they might intermingle, and also it seemed to get us fairly well balanced. We had a counselor as well, a teacher, a paramedic, and a surgeon. I just ran out of time, really. Surgeon could be anything, but so these are the three we're going to start with. Let's start. I'll show you the map once we get started. I am playing, at least to start with, because it seems that you can change these things, under Phoebe Chillax, and difficulty of whatever just the default difficulty was. Somewhat difficult, I think, is something like what it was. Three of you awaken your crypto sleep sarcophagi to the sounds of siren ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land in this unknown RimWorld. As pieces fall about you, you start making plans to survive. And here we come. So I didn't want difficult to be too crazy, or the storyteller to be kind of over the top to begin with, just because I'm hoping that just this concept is going to bring enough interesting things to do, and a little bit of difficulty on its own. For example, when we get attacked, obviously we're going to protect ourselves, but if anyone's left alive, we need to take care of them, and we can't hold them against their will. Stuff like that that's going to make maybe the base kind of situations slightly more difficult. I'm also playing vanilla, no mods. It's kind of the way I like to play a game to start with, just experience it, and it's, well, in the way that the developer wanted it to be experienced. Obviously, there's going to be lots of options. People are giving suggestions for mods. I'll definitely keep those in mind, probably for the next playthrough, or maybe a little later on into this one. And obviously, if you see me doing anything stupid, feel free to let me know if I'm missing some obvious game mechanics or something, because, again, I'm pretty new to this. So, almost 8 minutes in, and we're finally going to get started here. So, what do we have? Well, since I don't have mods, I think it's going to take me a second to unforbid some of this stuff. And let's see, we got some wood up here. I'll look around the rest of the map in a second. We need to get these things kind of indoors, but first let's look at our people. Okay, so Anna won't do any fighting. Luna isn't particularly good at anything, and obviously our Marshal is going to be quite good. So we'll give Marshal the bolt action rifle. Luna can have the revolver, and Anna, I guess, will have nothing at all. Looks like we have some gold on this map. Ooh, we got a nice little area there that we can just start really living in there, probably. Some compacted machinery. And what else is around here? Some alpaca, llama-looking things, boom rats, squirrels, tortoise, another man-made-ish structures here. Some foxes and turkeys, compacted machinery. Okay. Looks like a little natural mountain there. Some wolves. And, yeah, and some deers. That would be a doe, a female deer. Well, I think, you know, game's not going to throw you something too crazy right off the bat, right? Let's get this deconstructed and maybe just move in here immediately. And when it comes to our restrictions, from what I've seen, this seems like a decent choice to make right there. Brawler has ranged weapon. Yeah, that would be Luna, I assume. No, he's a careful shooter. Nate, you're a brawler. Well, your shooting is much better and much more loved than your brawling, so too bad. It'll make them unhappy. Well, that's kind of stupid. Okay, ancient danger. Yes, I'm aware. Let's see what's in here. Okay, so we just have some crypto sleep caskets. Psychic animal pulsar. I have no idea what that is. Drives all animals into the region to manhunting range. Let's not use that. Psychic insanity lands. Wow. Okay. Same sort of thing, but does it to a character. And some Luciferium, which heals somebody, but they go crazy if they don't keep using it. So we have kind of an interesting moral conundrum right off the bat, is we have some caskets here. We have no idea why people are in these, even if people are in them at all. What would be the proper thing to do? What would be the good thing to do? Open it up? What if they're, perhaps they're sick? They were frozen until medicine could save them, for instance. Perhaps we could help fix them. We may move in here now and not quite open this up yet. Actually, I think that's probably not a bad idea. So let's just start by getting a... and it's going to occasionally take me a little while to find what I'm looking for here. Let's set up a little stockpile. And let's see, no corpses, and everything else is probably fine, just no rotted, please. And let's get those put away. I'll unforbid that too. Okay, looks like we have some good area to grow in out here. Let's see, while we're here, let's just harvest some of these trees. And set up a growing zone. Or a few, actually. It's interesting. Kind of doesn't seem to line up right, but I'm sure that'll be fine. How about there for that one? Then another one there. Oops, that's gonna make it big, isn't it? There, okay. So we got potato there. Let's put rice and corn. Now our grower, Luna, is at 6. What was strawberry? 5. Okay, so we could make strawberries. We're already kind of planting. How about... what's the benefit to strawberries? You eat them raw, and people will like that. You know what? I'll make one more zone for strawberries, I think. Excellent. All right, do I need to set this up? Let's get everybody flicking. We do have 2 people that can doctor halfway well. I really wouldn't mind probably having 2 constructors if I do set things to be constructed. We have 1 plant cutter. Yeah, I think it's good enough for now. In fact, I don't really want to store wood or chunks or anything in here, because we're going to use what we cover. We're going to try to be fairly efficient when it comes to setting things like that up. All right, so first thing we need are some beds, place to live. Probably just use this as a big production area. So we'll build a place to live outside of this. Now, it's nice because it's nice. All this stuff is one beauty, where what we're built is going to be 0. But yeah, these are just in the way. I can't really build around that except for making a big barracks in there. I wouldn't mind making a big barracks. Okay, let's get some more people on cutting down trees. And then we can put the speed up a little bit. Okay, so I think that's just a decent area right here for some little houses. I guess I probably should make a well, you know what? I'll make this the normal thing. I can just throw some beds in there, but it might be a little more efficient to do it this way. I want a wood floor. Okay. Actually, we could put a little dining room in here first. I'm gonna forbid these just to get them out of the middle of the floor, but I really hope people aren't gonna use them for anything. At least Luciferium. And put a torch in here so people can see. Get that bed built by nightfall, that'd be excellent. And you did. Good job. Poor, shoddy, and shoddy. Not even anything awful. Not too bad. Okay, let's get a table in here. Yeah, I think that's fine. Not too bad right off the bat. Now, it may take a little while before anything interesting happens. I imagine the starts in RimWorld are usually pretty slow. Which in most cases is probably a good thing. Okay. That'll probably give us enough to build all that stuff. They're sleeping, so let's definitely speed things through. People look relatively happy. Now, let's see about what's next house-wise. I kind of like... That was too far, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. Okay. I like the idea of just these separated little houses. Okay. Don't know why I'm having trouble with that, but I'm sure it's something I'm doing wrong. And we can already move a bed. And why not make people super happy to start with end table. Maybe a plant pot or two. Looks like we probably need some more wood. Okay, next thing we need to think about is probably food, now that we got shelter taken care of. Almost. And I think I'm going to want it in here. You know, I think the idea is let's open these pretty quickly. So really, I want to get a hospital set up. Speaking of which, probably wouldn't hurt to have some more medicine. And speaking of which, let's set the defaults to herbal medicine for everything. Just grab you guys real quick. Okay, and we have like a dog or something, don't we? I think so. There it is. What do you get? Herbal, fine. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Let's be nice to animals. That's a pretty good thing to do, isn't it? So we only have 26 meals left right now. We're going to be using a hospital a lot. I think I'm going to deconstruct this area. And actually, I'll probably build some refrigerated stuff out from here. Or is this big enough on its own to do it? Okay, let's reinstall that. Oops. Oh, it looks like blocks are getting put over there, but that's fine. Okay, how do I want to do this? I could use that wall there, steel wall too. Colonist needs we're working on that. Need defenses, don't really care, go away. Yeah, I need meals, that's the real thing. Okay, Anna, what's your deal? You're the cook. I do want to get that going. Who mines? Luna mines. Okay, here's what I think I'm gonna do. Orders, mine. Let's mine that. Probably a little big for refrigerator area. It's going to take us a while anyways, though. Need to get these things out of the way. Where do we want a little chunk stockpile? I guess just right next to this one would be fine. Clear all that. I think that works. I think they only move stuff if you tell them to move it. Okay, and we struck uranium. I know there's better ways of doing that, but how about the floor? Can you do the build cotton? You can. Nice. Okay. So I think I'll put, let's see. Put a stove there. Outdoors. In what way is that outdoors? Is there really no roof on this structure? Looks like a roof to me. Whatever. I'll just ignore it and assume everything's going to go to plan. And then I think we'll build the butcher table here. We have a visitor. I'm sure we have nothing to trade with Irison from Lizaldo World's Covenant. Okay. Let's look at our factions. All right, so they're friendly with us, the green and the purple. And in fact, show you the world. Yellow is bad, orange is bad. Kind of started in a pretty easy place. Near hopefully some people we can help and get friendly with. Well, it's just the thought process there. Again, you know, first playthrough, taking a little bit easy. We'll bump it up if we need to. And yeah, we're getting a little close to the first episode. I think what we'll probably do is end here in a minute or two. I'll open these up on the next one. I want to be ready with the hospital for that. But before we do, we need to give our faction a name. And we are the Good. And as for a community name, I haven't given this a lot of thought, but the easy, kind of simple, non-unique thing would be Sanctuary. Open to all. And we're down to 21 meals, so we really need to get moving on this stuff. And do I want a door to the outside? Well, I do want a door here, I think. Definitely don't need people running around like crazy there. And let's deconstruct that as well. There's a good chance people just pop out of here and kill us. But, hey, let's have some fun. We got two people who can shoot, one of which actually knows how. Though he's quite unhappy about it, I hear. How you feel? Wow, negative 20. That is ridiculous. It's almost like you should just stay unarmed until I meet. Did that just happen? I think the dog might have ate some luciferium. You're bonded with Nate. I don't know where Nate's living right now. Hopefully he was just sniffing it. There's Nate's room. Let's set up a... not a crafting spot. Come on, I know where this is. Maybe. It's a spot. There we go. Animal sleeping. Ah, heck, we'll give you a box. Right at the foot of the bed. We are going to need some more plants. Cut. Trees, that is. They're really tall plants. Got a mad animal. Let me guess, it's that rabbit. No. It's that rat. All right, Nate. Well, you're kind of in the right spot. Move there and kill. Good job. Oh man, you're killing me, Nate. I'll wait till you get unhappy. Then I guess I'll have you drop that. Okay, and then we also want stockpile here. I'll make it bigger later. There we go. No rotten, but I want all food items in here. And medicine. At least the herbal, I don't know. Let's just put them all in there. And I know there's a way to look. Obviously beer, probably ambrosia. Might as I'll leave the luciferium just out in the open. Probably trade that away as soon as I possibly can. Okay. All right, trees. I know I can drag to do this, but I'm trying to pick just mature-looking trees. I assume you get more wood from them. I've never actually checked that, but if nothing else, I just don't want to deforest the area. If you don't get more wood from them, then it would be kind of silly to care at all. It's got to work that way, though, right? Why even have different percentage of grown level? Let's make sure this has a roof on it. Everyone's happy except for the dog. And I think this is a great place to end this episode. In the next episode, we're going to get finished making up our hospital area. We'll get some hospital beds. We apparently have 30 medicine. I guess it's just all there. Oh, it's a stack 30. Okay, great. So we will be able to take care of these people if we can, and maybe they'll just kill us outright. Who knows? But until then, thanks for watching. Feel free to let me know if you want to have a character named after you. I'll just do first come, first serve, unless you have just an inappropriate name. And yeah, if you have any suggestions, comments, anything, please let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.